Good evening, pulling fans. We're here. It's windy as hell outside, but we're here. Electric's still going, unlike last night. Hope we don't get in the middle of this show and it dies again. But what an interesting deal that was. I ended up losing my internet box and everything. I had to come out and put a new one in today. But anyway, Scott Jones, how you, man? Scott
I'm
Jones is
just
back.
I'm just peachy.
Just peachy, man. We're going to do a little micro mini again here tonight. We're going to go over some results. I guess a couple of weeks ago we were over at Dave Greek's shop, STS Diesel, there in Quarryville, beside the Buck, and they had a micro mini pool there. Three of them here, three local pullers: Scott Jones, Ray Heindel, and Richard Barrett. Unfortunately, Richard and Ray are unable to be with us tonight, but Scotty's going to handle all that and talk, answer any questions you might have or anything. Don't be afraid to get in chat and ask questions about it. It's pretty cool stuff. And we got some video too. We're going to show some video from that event, so that Mike Walker filmed for me. So anyway, how's Dwayne tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to dry off here. It was a little bit wet today.
Just a little, man. It poured here.
Yeah.
It did not miss a beat today. All that dry stuff is gone. It's freaking soaking wet, and it's probably still raining outside. Hi, Nicole. Nicole Marston's in the house. But and we got some upcoming winter event announcements. Keystone Nationals dates were released this week, and be some information there. Scott Jones has got a national pool coming up here in March as well that he'll give us some information on. And I'm sure Dwayne will dig and find something. Or just be Dwayne. So I guess before we get started, we should talk about the sad part of pulling, unfortunately, in the pulling family. And if you're no stranger to the Radel family and the internet, they lost their daughter, sister, Sarah Mae Radel, in a very freak incident. And I haven't talked to any of them. I've sent messages here and there, but she lost her life. I guess to a bee sting. I'm not going to elaborate on anything else on that, but was she like 24 years old, something like that?
Yep.
23.
Yeah, 24 years old.
Sad deal. Fantastic person. Always had a smile on her face. She always used to bring us the lineup sheets back when Joey and his family ran Snyder County, old Snyder County pullers, and it's crazy. Just young life gone way too soon. And our condolences go out to the family. And I know if you go online, there's some they're doing some money raisers for the family. So if you come across that, just show them a little love. Appreciate that. But our hearts and prayers are with the Radel family. Time heals all wounds, but that's a tough one. So, but anyway, I guess we'll get on with this. Scott Jones. There's not a whole lot of results to go over. I'm going to go over them, and you're going to hear distances that are a little different than what you normally hear. Scott likes to do things in inches. I broke it over into feet. So, but anyway, it's all good. I don't know. Is that what you guys go by? Do you go by when your footage is pulled? You go by inches, or you go by feet?
Whichever we got. We went by the tape measure. We don't have a laser set up yet. We'll have to get one.
10-4. Okay. But anyway, it was normal competition classes starting off with the 3-pound pro stock all the way up to the newer class, the 7-pound semi trucks. And Scott's got one built that is just flat BA. And I'll let you just badass. If that truck runs good, it'll carry the front end cool. It's just neat, and I know. Hey, Robert. Robert was there. Robert was there filming too. And he's in chat there. But it's really cool. That truck really seems to be set up nice. You put 3 passes on it, which we'll get into, and you're going to get to see that truck run. And that thing is just it's a he calls it pressure cooker, which is a replica of Dave Greek's pressure time, Peterbilt limited pro stock semi with East Coast. So pretty cool stuff. And I guess also last week, we brought up the 3.0 diesel trucks are a new class coming for 2025 for East Coast pulling. So that's something to keep an eye out too. 3.0 diesel trucks. And I'm sure signups and all that information is going to be coming out soon. So get ready, guys. We want as many trucks as we can get. It's time to go play. So anyway, Give us some ins and outs. We'll start with 3 pound pro stock, Scott. What's like the norm? What's the norm for that class?
As far as
Horsepower, what kind of engines are normally used, etc. Gearing, whatever you want to elaborate on.
well, limited to an 07 engine displacement, which is getting hard to find. Throttles are optional. 2 rubber tires. 3 pounds and 5 pounds, depending upon which class we're running. And you're running 100 to 150 to 1 gear ratio.
Okay. Do you think in the future you see that class, if the engines are getting hard to come by, you think there's going to be a change there for an engine?
Don't really know. It's getting harder and harder to find anything.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's a popular class. I remember back, let's just say 15, 20 years ago, everybody had 3 and 5 pound pro stock tractors. There was a lot of them, but of course, I mean, a lot of people have moved on and don't pull anymore. But yeah, cool stuff. All my friends are jealous of that semi, Robert said. Yeah, it's a pretty cool deal. Can't wait to show you the video of that here soon, shortly. So, but anyway,
I got a quick question. What makes the engines so hard to get? Are they just not being manufactured, or is the hobby world just not using it?
Well, that was what they call a half A. Airplanes use a small engines like that. And you had the Cox 049s, 051s, and the testers and a couple of others. Well, then they just, as everybody gets bigger and bigger, smaller and smaller is not getting used, and they're small and cantankerous, and nobody wants to fool with them, so everybody moved on to other things. And you'll get a manufacturer come in for a couple of years, and then they're gone.
The one thing I noticed over the years, I think, was kind of like a starter class for like children and stuff. The younger folks to get into.
Yeah, it used to be, not anymore.
Yeah.
He's got text messages coming in already.
I don't. Anything dinged at me, but I don't see anything. So I have no idea. But anyway, 2 of it, I guess, really, there was only 2 tractors in 3 pound pro stock that Saturday night. And the guesstimation on that was roughly about 80 pounds with a 3 pound pro stock tractor. And Scott Jones took the win. I don't know the name of the vehicles or anything. It's not written down on the sheet, but he went 7.37 feet. The second was Richard Barrett at 5.33 feet. So that's pretty close competition. And then the other, we had a 5 pound tractor. Scott pulled 80 pound as well. There's no adjustment to the sled. And they went 12.66 feet. So I believe that was your New Holland tractor for that.
Yeah, that's the government mule.
The government mule.
Yep, just beat it and beat it and beat it and beat it. It doesn't care.
And that tractor's been around a long time. You go back to the earlier days, Mark Gardner's old pro stock tractor. So.
Probably around 20 years or so, not a little longer.
Yeah.
It totally wore out. Don't know why it still functions, but it does.
Yes, it does. Run good.
So we're both, if I remember right, were both of those tractors with no throttle?
Correct. Well, no, the 3 pound had a throttle.
Oh, it did. Okay.
I let down hook it and then drop and let it go.
I got you.
But the 5 pound tractors, let it scream and let it eat. Not even a clutch on it.
Yeah. And stay within weight when he reweighed. So after the runs. So 4 pound 2-wheel drive. 4 pound 2-wheel drive truck.
1/10 of a pound.
I'm still lobbying for the 5.1 pound class. So I don't know if I'll ever get it. Long story. Don't ask people. 4 pound 2-wheel drive truck, Scott. What's the goodies about that class? Uh-oh. At least he was smiling when he froze up.
Maybe I'll come back a lot.
Yeah, give it time to get going there again. We'll go ahead and read the results.
I have the information on the. I have the short version of the information in front of me.
He's back.
You're back.
Yeah, I said I got sketchy internet over here, so
that's okay. Yeah, Go ahead and tell us a little bit about two-wheel drives, engine-wise and stuff.
They're limited to, that's an unlimited size in that class. Anything goes.
Cool.
Mine are powered by OS Max CVR 18s, which is another dinosaur, but I've had it for years and everybody's upgrading to newer stuff. I just haven't upgraded those yet. They're pretty nasty and they run, so I leave them be.
That's it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah. 4-pound class.
Good evening, April. David Kaufman's in the house. Clint Yance. Thanks for joining us, guys and gals. The first round, we did have a pull-off in the class. The initial qualifying run was a 120-pound sled with a 4-pound vehicle. Ray Heindel, the third, took the win with a full pull, and basically we'll just say 16 foot, which was a full pull because he went full pull again. Second, Scott Jones with a full pull and 13.91 feet. And third was Scott Jones at 4.33 feet. No pull off with that vehicle. But in the pull off, it was a 155-pound sled. This is just going off my memory, counting the weights, turning the video.
I just had the wrong tune up, and I think it just wasn't running like it should.
Yeah. And the vehicle that got in the pull off with Ray Heindel was, which one was that of yours?
Race truck?
No, yours. The truck that got in the pull off with Ray.
Well, that's a Twisted Tunes truck.
Twisted Tunes, that's right. Yeah, okay.
I seen on their listing here, it says maximum gear ratio of 300 to 1.
Yeah, nobody does that. That was when they first came out 25 years ago.
I got you.
We used to have super creepy crawly stuff. They make stupid low gears and then take it.
Like he said. Brother Blaylak's in the house from Oregon. As we call him, Oregon. Mr. Oregon. Brother Blaylock. Finally got internet again, David.
Our friend from the left coast.
Yeah, our friend from the left coast. There you go. Poor Scott. He's gonna be fighting his internet probably. That's okay. Next class was the 5-pound super stock class. And okay, he's back. Let's talk about 5-pound super stock, Scott.
Okay.
Engine wise and all that stuff.
That class is limited to a 15, which is 0.15 cubic inch. And it's based off a tractor chassis. Got silicone tires on it. Mine are in the 115, 120 range on gear ratio.
Okay. And Scott Jones was the only one to make a pass in 5-pound super stock with his Alice Chalmers bodied machine at 7.70 feet. And that was a 155-pound sled as well.
Yeah, instead of tires, it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
But it was experimental.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you got to remember now, this is a 5-pound vehicle pulling 155 pounds. That's cool stuff. And,
just crazy. It doesn't seem like a whole lot until you actually compare the weight of the tractor to the amount of that it's pulling on a friction sled. That's insanity.
Yeah, yeah. And they do make drop pan sleds now for these guys, but theirs is the old school, just drag and pull, so to speak. And
the drop pans are close to $2,000. I haven't stomached that one yet.
Yeah,
they're 1,500 plus.
What you have works. That's okay.
Yes,
a good used one will come up for sale sometimes. So.
Yeah, I thought the sled that we used there was really nice.
Yeah, when you load them up with weight, it gets a little sketchy. You get the right weather, the right track, in just the right weather conditions and a good running vehicle, you can throw some weight on there. I mean, we've had, my gosh, that one weekend we pulled that, I don't remember if it was Ray's place or Richard's place. I forget how much weight we had on for Mark Gardner's Unlimited or his open tractor. I know it was stacked high. It was up there. And he still blew it out the end. It's amazing. and you got to catch the sled. That's a lot of hundreds of pounds coming at you. It gets a little hairy. 6 pound 4x4. Scott's got 2 trucks in this one, and Richard Barrett had 2 trucks in this one. And, hold on a second. There we
Dealing
go.
with technical difficulties tonight.
That's okay. That's
I was
okay.
gonna switch to the phone, but it was really screwing up.
Let's get,
Yeah, 6 pound 4x4. That's a favorite class. I have a good time in that one.
yes.
It's another class. It's also limited to a 15 engine, which once again they're getting hard to find. It was 12s, and they moved to 15s. But with the evolution of RCs, as everybody comes with something bigger, smaller gets no longer produced. Now everybody's making 18s and 19s, so there is no more 15s. But find what you can and make it work. I've been pushing to go to 18s and 19s, but they haven't wanted to hear it yet.
Gotcha.
Give it time. Give it time.
It's a 6 pound tractor, or truck rather, and mine are geared in a 55 to 60 range.
Okay. And Scott Jones finished 1 too. He took the win with a full pull run, and was second with a 14.33 feet. And Richard Barrett come in third at 9.10 feet, and Richard was fourth with his orange Ford at 7.37 feet. And that orange Ford has won a lot of pulls over the years that I remember seeing it run. But Scott Jones has come out of nowhere with these trucks and said, now you come and beat me.
Yeah, what used to be the top truck is no longer.
Right.
The orange Ford was
Wow.
top truck for a long time, and
We keep on. Half the Bigfoot world's going to be in chat.
Squatch holler.
Squatch and holler. Roger. The world famous Bigfooter. That's Roger Williams, man. A little different subject tonight, guys. A little different subject for you guys tonight. And anyway, yeah, that's good to see, Scott. You already got them 2 trucks dialed in, running good.
yeah, I got the red truck straightened out. When it broke a chain right at the finish, that's why I didn't get a full pull. It was headed for the end, and it just blocked the drive line.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and I fixed the chain, and of course, while I was there, I remounted the body and remounted the fuel tank, and you know how that works.
Yep.
So it's all ready to go for the next round?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
This is the better of the 2 trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I changed the motor too while I was at it. I wasn't happy the way it was running.
Just do a quick rebuild.
So what happens? Like, what makes the motors go crazy? Is it just they get burned out, or how?
That one there, I had too much end play. I had the clutch set, flywheel adjusted right, and it was just clutch was banging around.
Mm-hmm.
I readjusted that, straightened it out, and of course, when the clutch is running back and forth, the crank shaft's rubbing inside the engine where it ain't supposed to be.
I gotcha.
I put a different engine on there and got it tightened up.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say Rogers would be his father-in-law and brother Paul down there. That's why he's talking about. They don't live too far from Chapel Hill, Tennessee.
They run the big tractors.
Yeah. But what do they run, Roger? Isn't it a truck? I think it's 4-wheel drive truck they run. Then we got into the 6-pound open class or modified tractor, but it's open class because it's open basically if you want to come in and pull in that 6-pound class. And I want to say that 4x4 class was a 225-pound sled. So, but anyway, the open they pulled at 225 pounds as well. Ray Heindel III was a full pull. Scott Jones was second with his 5-pound super stock tractor at 6.08 feet, and Richard Barrett was third with his modified at 5.91 feet. And Richard's got to do some tire work. He needs some tires. So,
yeah, we were talking about that this week. We're trying to get back into coating them ourselves because otherwise you got to send them out west and get in line, and it takes what it takes.
Yeah. So we're going
to try our hand at that on our own.
10-4.
What so are
open,
you?
Open is just that. Open is just it's wide open. I mean, whatever. Mm-hmm. That class. Go ahead, Duane. I'm sorry.
I was going to ask him. So, are you applying the entire layer in one shot, or are you doing it in Do they do it in thin layers?
Nah. Put it on
All
and smear it on and go. Yeah, it's one shot.
so you actually put it on the tire, then roll it out. It's not
Yeah.
like you. Yep. Okay.
You use like a piece of glass, like a little cookie tray.
Hmm.
You hold up against it with water and hold up against a tire that spins and it just smooths it right out.
Oh.
You do
Okay.
both tires at the same time, and then you split them in half when you're done.
Hmm.
Okay.
And the cool guys have aluminum spacers on the outside that are the right size, so that everything's nice and true and round. And
I got you. Yeah. So they actually have machine spacers that space it out. That way your thickness is true.
right,
Yep.
and its circumference is round. Yeah.
Hmm.
But if you grind the tires a little bit, and the tire size changes, well, then that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It's all custom there.
I was looking at that since I'm in construction. I was like, that can't be too hard to do, but it sounds like it could be a little bit of a challenge to get everything straight because I was trying to figure out how you keep that from tacking and getting on everything when you're trying to work it out.
Yeah, you turn them slow in the lathe with a little bit of water with a little bit of alcohol in it, and just kind of like shoe shining.
Yeah.
Push it
Yep.
against it and smooth her out.
Yep. Cool.
That way it doesn't stick or anything, and you get a smooth finish. Some people actually do it dry, but I'm not brave enough to try that.
Hmm.
And you got to use the right silicone, or it's a waste of time.
Yep. I had.
Don't kick Roger out.
What? There's a little bit of competition going on there in the comments.
Yeah, they're just playing. They're all buddies. We got we get into the 7-pound semi class. This class is pretty new. How many years has that been out now?
Probably 10 or 12.
Wow. Doesn't seem that long, but okay. Holy moly. Yeah, you guys, you Bigfooters in the chat, we're going to show some video here shortly of these tabletop pullers going, man. It's pretty cool to watch. Micro and mini pullers. I'll stop calling them tabletop pullers. But yeah, 225 pounds is what the sled, the class officially ran at. And then show off down below us there had to make 2 more passes. And I think we got up to somewhere around 475 pounds, I think almost, if I
We
remember.
were knocking on 500.
Wow.
Yeah. So on that last pass, I got 325. You ran 2 additional times, and it was 325 and 450. But I think we were a little more than 450 on that third pass. But Scott Jones did take the win with that pressure cooker truck with a full pull, and I mean it was a very fast full pull. You'll see that, and then 475 plus, Robert. That's correct. Richard Barrett was second with a cool cab over international semi, 6.41 feet. And I'm sure that truck's kind of in the stages of working its way up the ladder here.
Yeah.
So,
Then again, that was a top truck 10 years ago.
right.
The one that I used to run. That was one that I bought by accident, pretty much.
Right.
I had talked to the Wisconsin boys about it. I said, hey, y'all, the Minnesota boys rather. Jay Lurd said, you all got a semi by chance. I'm kind of looking at getting one. I said, yeah, I got one I'm putting together, some old stuff. I'm going to build something new. I'll bring it out, Okay, well, shoot me some numbers. Never heard nothing, heard nothing. Get the super pull. Oh, here's your truck. Oh, really?
Gee, thanks.
Well, then he run it that night and got first place in the super pull. I said, no problem. A lot of cash.
That wasn't a hard sell.
No. And
Not
the
when
first
you're
time I ran it, I got a 6th, but I was the only guy that didn't get a full pull. First place I get in the full pull, I was in 6th place. I didn't have to run it yet. Now it's just getting stomped. The technology's moved fast.
Yep.
That's the whole sport. No matter what you pull in the sport, it's like that.
We'll get it straightened out. It needs a little more horsepower and a set of tires and a couple other things. We'll get it straightened out.
Engine wise, what are you guys running them? What's the basic?
Those are also open. Most of us are running LRP 32s. I run an LRP 32X, the new hot lick. It's like 5 horsepower. And I had to send away in Power Secret Mods, and they went through and did some port time and then some other work on it and made it even nastier.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do again. I named that truck Loud and Violent because that's what the heck it is.
Well, 'cause, 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 'cause,
You had an experimental piece there too. We'll talk about that electric setup.
Yeah, that is something we've been playing with, trying to bring some 4-H kids across to give them a step into our world, and then also due to the fact we can't get engines. We're looking at experiment with a couple of things. Of course, we're being met with resistance, but you have a choice, you don't have a choice.
Every big change in pulling has been met with resistance. Remember the day nobody wanted to put roll cages on, and talking about the bigger stuff. No, I don't want to put the roll cage
Put
on
their
my track.
visors down, put their gloves on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right. Had to go there, didn't you?
Yes, yes, I did.
But yeah, yeah. Every new big step in pulling has been met with resistance. But you know what? As far as the roll cages go, it's a safety thing, And there's a lot of pullers that have put it to the test and glad they had roll cages on. So
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really
Scott
cool. Really
Scott
cool.
gets to tangle with that stuff all year long.
Yeah, he is our head tech in East Coast. Absolutely. Yeah, the exhibition. You run the semi two more times. Like I said, it was 325, and the last pass was 475 plus on the back. Almost 16 foot. It was just shy. We didn't measure. I don't think, but
No,
it
I
was
was
close.
an inch or two short of a full pull. It started hammering and bouncing. Couldn't quite get it there.
Yeah,
If I'd had to do it again, I could have got it. I just had to hit her a little harder.
yeah, but we'll see
Right
that
off
here
the start.
shortly. We got 30 minutes. We can. I mean, there's other stuff to talk about, but we got 30 minutes to run some video. We're gonna run some video here. I'll get them loaded up over here real quick
Yeah,
and check it out.
yeah. That truck, the semi, said it's a 32 cubic inch. It turns about 45,000 RPM, and I got it geared 50 to 1. It runs about 11 miles an hour uncorked.
Hmm.
It's pretty fast to keep up with on a little track like that.
Can you reverse that fast? Can you back up that fast?
You don't even want to.
I was going to say you can't barely back up that fast.
Mm-mm. That's what
Tell you
Greek
what,
found out when he tried it. He's like, whoa, it's quicker than I thought.
yeah, yeah. He was talking about. He ran that semi there. Okay. I'm going to pull up the 4 pound 2 wheel drive trucks. We'll go ahead and run a video of that. So let these guys check it out. Hi, Len. It's good to see you, in. And yeah, 4 and 5 engines. Yeah, the modified tractors back in the day were crazy. Roger, I know Tim Engler ran, was it 6 or 7? I think he ran 7. The Mission Impossible tractor had 7 big Chevys on it, blown Chevys. That thing was insane. Of course, Banner Brothers back. They were the Banner Brothers are like the legends in the sport of modified tractor pulling, and they would run 4, and then work their way up to 5, 6. They ran 6 for years, 6 engines. But tractor pulling back in the day just was cut your teeth and you know make it work. It's pretty cool stuff. All right, anyway, we'll run this video here, Scott. You feel free to jump in and say anything you see you want to talk about. Just go ahead. I won't turn it up too loud so they'll be able to hear you.
Okay.
Again, 2-wheel drive. When you know you're there, yeah, let her sing.
That was ugly.
Yeah, that was ugly.
This is Dwayne doing a little GoPro for us there.
Wow,
Duante.
it actually even turned out.
Oh yeah. Raymond doing a little showing off. It's unique in person, David. cool.
That's pretty cool.
Here real quick. Yeah. We'll bring in 4-wheel drive trucks. I mean, let's see. Yeah, we'll do the 4s and then we'll do the super. Then we'll go to the open. Then we got to do the. We'll save the semi class for last. Yeah, you think it sounds radical? Here, you ought to see it in person, David.
Yeah.
Cool.
The 2-wheel drive class was ugly that day. The black truck, I broke a gear on that, final drive gear, no big deal. But the orange truck just, I couldn't get them tires to work. They were starting to come apart like you were talking about, and it just,
yeah,
I couldn't get on the hook, so I just had to just feather till I got there.
Let's see.
It's ugly, but it worked.
Yep. Okay, we'll show you the super stock real quick.
Next thing you know, JR is going to have what is it? Crashes and explosions on the micro minis.
Already on some of my older, real early stuff. Yes.
Yeah, there's been a few oopses over the years.
It happens. I've seen them fly off the table and
oh no,
buzzing along, and then it just quits, and you go, ooh! You hear it grind and crunch to the bitter end.
30,000 to
Brother
0.
Yankton's in the
like
house.
that.
Look at that. We were at Dave Greek's shop, Clint. I was at Dave Greek's shop there beside the Buck. Okay, you know where it's at. All right, we'll do. Got 1 5-pound super stock run here. Just tell them what you're doing to the tires. Yeah, I know you're just basically cleaning them off. But...
Just rub them, put some denatured alcohol, clean them up a little bit. You always dirt and oil and grime off them to look to the urethane track a little bit better.
Let's find out.
The only thing you're allowed to clean them with is alcohol.
It's a drive ride.
Used to be different tires on that tractor. Years ago, I sent them out to get recoated. Well, then the guys recoating them died, and I never got the tires back. And he hasn't been happy with a set of tires since.
Huh.
I used to be rather ignorant when I had the right tires on.
Hi, Phyllis.
That's a pretty cool off switch you have for your rigs there.
Yeah.
Yes. Some guys like to grab the flywheel, and I don't do that.
No.
That sounds like it could hurt a little bit.
Well, they don't have much power, really.
Yeah.
Supposed to actually squeeze the fuel line, let it idle down, like the alcohol trucks and all do what we run, but
Somebody had a question. Let me bring this up real quick. All right, we'll do 4x4, 6-pound 4x4. Where's it at?
yeah, we run pretty much the same guys. There's only 3 of us on the East Coast that do it anymore. There's a small faction in the middle of Ohio. Most of the people are from the Indiana.
Nope.
Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin,
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah,
Iowa.
Minnesota supporters there. Iowa, definitely
Was
Iowa.
there?
Yeah,
I think
sure.
Iowa.
Yeah, yeah. Scott'll be back. Scott'll be back. His internet keeps freezing up on him. But okay.
Luckily, Jeff, we didn't have any that flew off the table.
No, none flew off the table this time, but some of my real old oops footage has got a couple of them taking a dive off the table here and there. Okay. All right, 6-pound 4x4. This is pretty cool stuff here too. A 6-pound 4x4. What I say we were pulling 225-pound sled.
Need a pumpkin truck.
Pumpkin truck. Yeah. Got so much power toward the tires off the truck.
We could kick the drove off the table that one time, Gary. Sled landed on it.
What's that?
That's the one that drove off the track that one time and the sled landed on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's running the HPI 15 on this one.
And lost another tire.
That's 2 in a row, Rick. Yeah, that's where the chain broke.
Yep.
Phone was there.
Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Now we're getting into the open. We get into 6-pound open next.
To open.
Open is closed. The things you hear when you go to Northern Illinois. Might as well have been Wisconsin. They talk a little different out there.
Just a bit.
This is something a little different. Okay.
It was a lot of fun. If there's anybody out there that's never experienced it, if you have a chance to go see it in person.
Yes.
It's all about the noise and the smell and all the excitement. And watching these go down the track makes it look like it's just an easy sport to do, but there's a lot of hiccups that go on, like trying to start it, 8 times in a row, and every time it would shut off.
Just shut off on you. Yeah.
Yep. Fuel mixture was wrong.
The smell of nitromethane, David. Or is
Absolutely.
it alcohol nitromethane?
Yeah, around about 35% nitro and on.
Nah, take it. Throttle broke. That's a good running tractor normally, but his hand throttle broke.
Losing tire on that one too. Our tire starting to peel on that one too.
Yeah, yeah. You see, he's got his screws all the way open, wide open. It wasn't going anywhere. Micro mini tractor pulling, Philip.
That's pretty much the same tractor as the pink one. You see the difference when it runs right.
Phyllis, I'll ask him right now. Is there anybody pulling in the Mississippi area, Scott, down around that way?
No,
In
sir.
micro money? No.
No, sir. There was a couple in Kentucky and a couple in Tennessee, but they're not pulling anymore either. Mostly the northern Midwest.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa.
Okay. All right, we got one. Show these semi trucks. This is the creme de la creme here, right? This is awesome. These semi trucks are cool. Okay. Feel free to do a little gloat, Scott.
It's a nice run.
Yeah.
Nice runs, plural.
7 pounds. 7 pound semi. They start at 225 pounds, and then Scott will come back, not to spoil anything. He'll run a second time at 325, and he'll run a third time at 475 plus pounds, and that's with a 7 pound vehicle. Okay. Here we go. Now we'll get to those questions here in just a minute, Steve. Thanks. Hold on to your hats. Is there anything behind it?
I don't think the operator was ready for it to be over that quick.
Oops, sorry. I turned the wrong thing down. It's measured by distance, Phyllis.
If my calculations are correct, at 11 mile per hour, Scott, that thing is doing 16 feet in a second.
Yeah.
Mr. Technicality here.
He was saying 11 mile per hour, and I was like, well, how many feet? Like, how fast? Because it seems like Scott has to, you got to make sure that everybody's out of the way because it happens so fast.
That's correct. Now, let me go get the other runs are in exhibition runs. There's 2 more runs
Yeah.
by the semi. We'll see the electric one too.
The axles are turning 100 RPM on that truck going down the track.
Wow.
It's a 3.5 inch, it's 3-inch tire.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a couple of questions. We'll go ahead and run this exhibition. We'll answer Steve's question.
Okay.
So close. That weight was actually listed wrong. It's 475. Then it got quiet. This would be a pro stock tractor configuration. Classman electric. No fumes, no noise.
A little bit of noise from the gears.
Yeah. Yep, gotta burn fuel. So. It's hard to say, Robert. They may catch on. You never know. You never know. Anyway,
I don't know.
that's
The
pretty cool stuff.
battery ones might be something for the next generation.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're doing it. That seems to be the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one built there, mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's experimental. I'm probably going to go to hell for it, but we built it anyway.
It's all right. You know what? Somebody's always got to be first. No matter if it, I'm sure the first person to do something was always unpopular.
Here's a multi-answer question.
Well, depends on the class. Pro stocks are in the $500-600 range. That semi is close to 1,700. For everything I've done to it. It all depends on the engine, gear configuration. The gears aren't that much. It's all a matter of engine and tire combinations, really. And what parts you can find. And how much you have to buy, how much you can actually make yourself.
How about a good 4-wheel drive truck cost?
700-800.
Okay, so you're still under 1,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Heck of a lot cheaper than the big stuff. That's for sure.
Wow. It's kind of a Yeah, it's kind of a I don't know, a niche thing too, because the bodies and stuff all need to be formed, custom formed, I guess.
Yeah. Like my 4-wheel drive trucks, those are 1/12 scale Parma bodies, which they don't make anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that had the right configuration for the wheelbase. Yours is a Midnight Pumpkin, and mine's one's Midnight Pumpkin and one's the Chevy.
Yeah.
The 2-wheel drive, we're using Stampede, Traxxas Stampede bodies because they get the right wheelbase
Okay.
for what we do.
Steve, some have done that, Steve. Make them look like they're smoking, yeah. Yeah, cheaper than your 560, no doubt. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I will run. Let's run your 5-pound pro stock video real quick, too. That's the only class we didn't. That one had probably the best run in the pro stock. Let me pull that up real quick. Totally different beast.
What is?
Drop and go. That's all she wrote.
We got warm. And here she's a little tired of running out of power, but it managed to stay running.
Yeah. Yeah, David. They used to. I'll let Scott. Scott can answer. He's been around forever.
Scott's froze again, I think.
Did you freeze up again? Yes, they used to run Cox type engines. These are there's different manufacturers of engines, OS and stuff, but that basically, yeah, like the old model planes and stuff used to fly around. The OS engines, they get some of them are larger and they make some power.
Yeah, we're back.
Yep.
Yes, that blue tractor was a Cox 051T D051. That was the mainstay for a long time. Those things were everywhere back in the day. Then it went to Norville's for a while, a Russian manufacturer. Then he went to Orion Wasps, a couple others. Then went to bigger Norville's. They were in SH07s. That's the new hot lick now. And they're pretty decent, but I spend more money for that than I do for a big engine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And damn thing could be $120, $125 so I get it straightened out. I can buy a big one for that. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
That's the limiting factor in that class. Is just the engines just aren't plentiful.
I tell you, I think sometime what we'll do is we'll get you, Richard, Ray Heindel lined up to come on again, and I'll pull some older video back in the day when there's about 4 or 5 of you running, and you'll get a nice mix of a little bit of everything.
Old East Coast Challenge footage.
Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll do that. We'll definitely do that. See a lot of different equipment. It's pretty neat.
Back when times were simpler.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, that East Coast Challenge was a challenge. You got to run from somebody ran us from the freaking Eastern Shore up to Pennsylvania. I won't mention any names, Scott. But anyway,
No.
It was a fun weekend. That was a fun weekend.
So, do you mod the front of your engines to take your chuck for your starting to start it?
Actually, no. Those are store-bought items.
Okay.
A lot of these things are pull start with a one-way bearing.
Yeah.
Pull start, you put what they call a rotostart, and it'll either be a 90-degree or it'll be an inline.
I got you.
Drive. You run them with a drill and light them off.
Yep.
So no, that's nothing extreme or weird.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised nobody asked about the glow plug that you use down the center of the engine.
So these engines are technically diesels. They diesel.
Yeah. Yeah, you get them.
Tom, yes, there is. Yeah,
Once
they
they get
use
lit,
remote
they run
control
right.
tractors in the dirt. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't have one of those yet.
Yeah,
More things to play with, more money to spend.
I hear you. So I know there's come March of 2025, you have a national pool coming up. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, it's our annual meeting pool and our super pool all combined into one. And it's our meeting pool and it's our Louisville all one shot.
Right.
And that is what the heck was here? March 21st and 22nd. That'll be out in Iowa this year.
Iowa.
So
Yeah, they do travel too.
Friday night's the Louisville Invitational. Saturday is our meeting pool. We have our meeting in the morning and our pool right after that, and they'll run 2 tracks. You'll run all day long, get done, then have our awards banquet, then go home.
Yeah, I think I went to one. It was Belvedere, Illinois. I went to.
That was 2003, was it?
It's been way back.
Yeah.
It's been a while back.
So where in Iowa is your pool then?
I have not heard the exact location.
Oh,
They're
okay.
still finalizing that.
Yep, I got you.
He's saying Dyersville again. He's not Steve, but he asked if it was Dyersville, but you don't remember.
Dyersville was in November. That was the toy show pool.
Yeah.
2-stroke diesels.
They were there.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have diesels too. And these things, they run off kerosene. And you basically got a thumb screw on top, and as you get it cranky, you start tightening the thumb screw until it lights. No glow plug.
I gotcha. So you're basically just doing the same thing. You're making your own heat off your compression.
Yes. So you just keep tightening that thumb screw down, and it tightens up until it starts.
Wow.
Don't turn near the RPM, but they do work.
Yeah, it's neat.
Imagine that, filling Dave Greek's shop up with black smoke out of a little.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Give it time. There'll be one here, I'm sure.
The problem is, if that blue Peterbilt's that much fun, I'm sure there's going to be some more of them. People, I guess, want to spend the money. How's that?
I got another cab over in process.
Nice.
Cool.
Going to be a Peterbilt cab over.
My tree saws. We had a real modified, the bigger modified tractor here in the East Coast for many years that used to scream like that. Bill Grove with his small block Chevys.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that, real quick, I'm going to throw in Keystone Nationals got their dates announced for 2025. Put this on your to-do list. It's in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I was involved with that pool from 2008 up till 2023, and I had to step away. But March 13th through the 15th, 2025, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex, and we'll be talking more and more about that pool in the upcoming weeks. For sure, it is a great indoor pool. A lot of proceeds go and are donated to FFA and other chapters with Wounded Warriors, et cetera, et cetera. But it's a good deal. A lot of cool stuff. I don't think they have the classes decided yet.
I have the list of classes. I'll do that after you're done.
Oh, they do have them?
I have them. Yeah, I have it on my phone here, ready to go.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty quick. Okay, usually it takes a couple more weeks to get them out, but okay.
Oh, no, I have the list of all the classes they're running this year, not the sign up only starts tomorrow.
No, I know that, but usually the classes aren't decided. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have
that's
that.
great. Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and start reading them off again? That's March 13th through the 15th, 2025 at the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Go ahead and tell us the classes.
The first there's a whole list here. The first class is the 1900 small block minis with 36 entries. The 2,050 big block minis with 24 entries, 4,500 small block 4x4 trucks with 12 entries, 6,200 modified 4x4 trucks with 24 entries, 7,700 light limited turbo with 24 entries, 7,800 modified with 24 entries, 8,000 limited pro 3.0 diesel trucks with 12 entries, 8,000 super stock dual fuel PPL modified with 12 entries, invitational 10,000 hot stock 12 entries, 8,500 mod turbo with 24 entries, 8,500 light pro stock with 12 entries, 9,300 super farm with 12 entries, 10,000 pro farm with 24 entries, and 11,000 hot farm with 12 entries.
Now you back up that dual fuel with super stock tractors, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said
Interesting.
modified. I know we don't.
I'm sorry, I said PPL modified, and I think it's a PPL. It's a modified PPL class. It should just.
Yes.
I should have just said 8,000 super stock dual fuel.
Yeah, they run their own rules.
Yep. Yep.
Modified rules is what it would be. Modified,
Yep.
not as a modified tractor, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cool deal. Yeah, as information comes in, we'll continue to update you all on that. It's not till March, so we'll have a lot coming on that. I'm sure we'll probably get a Forester run here, probably Jason again. After the first of the year sometime, getting closer towards showtime. If he has time, we'll get him on. So,
And for all the pullers that are listening, registration starts tomorrow.
yes.
So get on the ball if you want in. Get signed up because I'm sure some of the classes are going to fill up fast.
They usually do. I know that mini class, the small block minis, boy. Whew, those guys are on it, man. I mean, they fill that class up fast. It's pretty cool.
We might know who the entire class is by tomorrow night.
They're pretty quick. They fill it pretty quick. So, I believe you said they opened up in the class to more entries. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they needed to because it'll fill up in a day. It's amazing how fast it fills up.
Yep.
It's a cool deal. It's a good venue. There's not a bad seat in the house, and plenty of stuff to do during the daytime. During the daytime, during the daytime in a separate arena now, the Keystone Garden tractor pull is going on, and they put on a good show too. And that show is actually free during the days. It used to be. I'm sure it still is.
Mm-hmm.
That's over in what they call the large arena.
So I'm kind of curious. Are we going to see if we'll have the same official photographer at Keystone as what we did for last year?
I don't know.
Last year it was posted as Mad Pulling Pics.
Yeah. Adam Jott, he may be coming back down.
We'll have to get him back on too.
Tom has a question. How many toy model tractors pull? For Scott.
As far as different ones, as far as which, overall, how many of us are there, or how many?
I guess it depends on what region you're in, Tom. Go further right.
Okay. There's probably 50 or 60 of us in the club altogether, scattered through about 13, 14 states.
Yeah, I actually answered that, David. Yeah, Tom, there are remote control tractors that pull, not in this immediate area, but there are. I mean, Scott could better answer that. I know there's clubs around that do pull, and they actually pull in the dirt. The remote control ones do. They actually have a cleat tire on the back, like the big boys, so to speak.
Yeah, there's a few clubs around. I'm not involved in any of those. Okay. There's a few around, nitro and electric both.
So there you go.
Something I've gotten into.
Mm-hmm.
So I answered that, Blaylock. Listen to me. I answered that earlier, but that's okay. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, Oval RC. Yeah, they went out to the Nationals for RC a while back. Mark Kloss. And I raced dirt oval with him, so
Okay.
I'm familiar with this channel.
10-4. Cool deal.
Cool.
Man, we're over an hour already, Dwayne. How have you managed that?
Yeah. We're an hour and 11 minutes already.
Well, Scott likes to talk.
Hey,
It's good.
when
But
it's
yeah,
when it's interesting, time goes fast.
Yeah. How about we got Gordy? I keep saying Gordyville. It's Cloverdale this year. What's Smoking Promotions got an indoor event coming up next month. It's coming up. Murfreesboro, Tennessee is coming up.
Yeah, we made a lot of trips there.
Oh my goodness.
We did
Yeah.
5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I go to them. Used to go to them every year. You started in early January. Went to Illinois, and then you came home. Then you went to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Then you came home. Then you went to Louisville, Kentucky. Then you came home. All in a month's time. It's crazy. A lot of traveling back in the day. But yeah, Steve, it's cool stuff. I wish we had more guys here in the East doing it. I mean, we have 3, and the 3 that are doing it here have been doing it for many, 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 many years. Seasoned veterans, man. They put on a good show, and I was very happy to see the amount of people. Normally, you don't get too many people show up and come and watch this stuff, but that STS pool a couple weeks ago, there was the most people I've seen there ever.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a pretty good crowd for us.
Awesome. Now you get to a local fair or something, and Scott or one of the guys that got a pool. Like we used to go up into Pennsylvania there a little bit, Williams Grove area and stuff. That would draw a crowd because you're in and around a fair or something like that, or a tractor show or something. But usually, once you gain their interest, you're out there squalling and making a bunch of noise with them. They'll stick around and watch for a while. So
Remember, we used to go to Glad Hill too, out to the Damascus shop.
yes, that is correct.
Way back.
Yeah, it's been a while back. Is there another pool at Dave's shop? I would like to have one, David. That's obviously going to be up to Dave Greek and Scott Jones and the other 2 guys that want to pool, if they want to pool. I had made mention that sometime after the first of the year, sometime we can try to have something up there.
Yeah, we're going to get something after the first year. We got to get a test and tune session going. So yeah, we'll have something after the first of the year just to make sure we're ready to head out the road. But nothing's established yet.
Stay tuned.
I pulled it days back in the summer and I pulled it in the fall. It's generally all I do out there.
All right. Cool deal. Pools at your what Coliseum is that, Phyllis? No, well, Murfreesboro is at Tennessee Miller Coliseum. One year I went out there, man, freaking, they don't get like precipitation like we get here on the white snow or anything, but boy, it iced there one morning. That was a drive from the hotel up to the pulling arena. Yeah,
and just knowing they lost their minds.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The end of the world was there.
We were just giggling to ourselves, like, "Oh, well, look at this little dusting!" But oh my lord, it shut the place down.
Remember that year the Ravens were playing down there, and Dundalk took over the town.
What's that now?
Remember that year the Ravens were playing down there?
Oh yeah.
We were there, and then Dundalk took over the town. They're like, what the hell is this? It's a mob of Marylanders.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we just passed quite a few Maryland cars headed back east on Sunday morning. We were going the same way too. But we just weren't part of the football crowd. We were from the pulling crowd.
That's kind of interesting. That was Mississippi Gulf Coast is where this Coliseum was.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard of much tractor pulling in the state of Mississippi.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's pullers down around that way. Well, the Tunica, Mississippi is home of the biggest indoor antique tractor pool there is. I mean, Tunica. Everybody goes to Tunica. I haven't been there yet, but I'm going to go down there sometime. It's just dang far to go. But that is a huge indoor. That's like the granddaddy of indoor antique tractor pulling. Tunica, Mississippi.
Is that a wintertime pool or is that during the?
Just added a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep. It just went down.
Nice.
Yeah, if you're a serious antique puller or somewhat antique, they definitely go there. You'll see them there. Yep, Phyllis
That
knows.
is cool. Well, I guess if there's something happening in the future here, we're going to know it first, and you'll be promoting it.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We will put together an old school micro night. That'd be cool. Used to live in
There you
Tunica.
go.
Okay. Okay, Phyllis. Small world.
Now I got to figure out where this is at.
Well, Tunica, Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
way down yonder. It's a drive. Well, I guess go to Memphis and go south, basically.
Yep. I gotcha.
Wouldn't that be fun? Pick up Larry Porch on the way. That'd be hilarious. Anyway.
So that's Tunica's, just off the river in the northwestern part of the state.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Just a little south of Memphis, Phyllis said. Yeah.
I crossed through Mississippi on Interstate 59 from Alabama to New Orleans. So I've been through the state, but in a different area, different part.
Yep.
And all I remember is driving for miles and miles with pine trees on both sides of the road, and that's all I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see much. You see plenty of that, plenty of trees. That's about it down through there.
So the best thing to do in Tunica is casinos, apparently.
Well, if you got an antique tractor, you'd be cool. But yeah, you see all that trees. You know why the alternate channel I have that's a good area to go see some of them. Probably. I'm not going to say the B word. I'm just going to say it'd be a good spot.
You're saying the pine forests. The pine forests are a good place. The big pine forests.
Yeah, for other big things. Yeah.
Yep. Good deal.
I'm sure there's plenty around there. There's plenty of reports out of that area. So.
Why is there people that don't like when you mention that word?
No, I'm just being silly.
Oh, okay.
Because half the chat's part of the Bigfoot world. So. Yeah, I bet it looked like a lumber yard after Katrina.
I can imagine. There was piles and piles of pine trees laying along Interstate 20 in Georgia when we were down at White Plains. It was crazy how many trees were blown down from the last hurricane that came up through there and hammered North Carolina.
Yeah.
Looked like they were getting ready to haul it out. They had huge piles of logs all along the interstate.
Yeah, David, big things. You got to watch out for little bearded eggs, too. I don't know if he's still in here or not. He probably went on another channel. Or he's on the phone with the rest of the crew. But anyway. All right, well, we're at an hour and 19 minutes. Yep. I don't know where he's at. He's 5 miles that way from here. I can tell you that. But I'm not going to turn it into a 3.5 hour show like it was last night. So. I appreciate it, Scott. It's a good deal, sir. Man. We'll get this going here sometime here in the near future. I'll pull up some of that old video footage and get it over here to the computer. And Jeff's asleep. Yeah, you're probably right, Phyllis. Okay, probably asleep.
He's gonna have to convert that video from what?
I have it on DVD. It's already on DVD.
Oh, have to convert it to VHS to digital format.
No, they were small. They were mini tape cameras back then. I wasn't using VHS back then. Yeah,
but it was a mini VHS.
VHS-C, and I had mini DV too. Had mini DV for years, and then I wised up and finally got a SD card camera, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah,
much quicker, much better footage.
Yes, sir. Nice to associate with you again, David. See you at the next one.
Brother Blaylock. Absolutely. Good guy from Oregon. He's out there and plays with the Bears. But anyway. All right. Scott, again, thank you. I'll be in touch.
Yes, sir.
And Duante will be back next Wednesday with something. We're going to crack the whip on
Yeah.
you know who, get her back on here. So
We need to
Club
have our
Kendra,
partner in crime back.
yeah, Club Kendra. And I think next week we'll try to pull a guest and got a lot of indoor stuff to start talking about too. So big pools coming up. So we'll
Yep.
definitely get that. Thanks for everybody being in chat. Like, subscribe, share, hit that thumbs up. It's free. Don't cost you anything to do that. And again, some of this will be back next Tuesday night with the Old Line Cryptids show. And we got, I think Jeff's got a guest lined up for that, but being most of the chat's Bigfoot people will say that. So next Tuesday at 8 and next Wednesday at 8, we should be here. As long as I don't lose electric or anything again. So
Yep.
thank you, Phyllis, for subscribing. That's cool. Appreciate it. Other than that, I think we're going to call it a night and
See everyone at the next one.
Yeah, Dwayne, let's get Matt Horst on here.
There you go. I don't know if that's
Defending,
possible.
defending Keystone Chase, he'll come on and talk. He's a
You
good
think he
guy.
will?
I don't know. Probably not. It's worth a try, though. The ultimate thing would be get him and Norm Newswanger both on at the same time.
There you go. We need to get Kendra to bring Norm on.
Ain't never going to happen. I can tell you that now. He will not come on here. So
I guess what I'm going to have to do the next time that we have a porch party, I'm going to have to strap a camera to my shoulder and record it, and then we'll just play that.
Oh boy,
that would be like blackmail, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you would. You might not have a friend after that.
No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to ruin friendships over.
Yeah, over silliness. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for being in. Appreciate
See ya.
it. See ya.